Hey, hi, and hello. Chris here. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome to the Fox Files. On this channel, I like to discuss true crime. And if that's something that you enjoy, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down below if you haven't already. This video does contain subject matter that may be disturbing to some, so viewer discretion is advised. You know what? Let's just get right into it, shall we? Today, we are here in Ashland County, Ohio. It's the early morning of September 13th, 2016. A woman lies in bed next to the man that abducted her. He's sound asleep. She bravely took his phone and placed the 911 call that would save her life.
911, what is the address to your emergency?
By the 4th Street Laundromat.
What is it?
4th Street Laundromat.
What's the problem?
I've been abducted.
What's your name? How do you spell your last name? Who abducted you?
Shawn Grate.
You said John Green?
Shawn Grate.
Where's he at now?
Asleep.
Where's he sleeping at?
In the bedroom.
In what bedroom?
There's two houses right by the laundry street. And it's in one of those houses.
But you're at the laundromat?
No, I'm in the bedroom with them.
What color's the house? Is it across?
Maybe?
If I'm looking at the laundromat, which way is it?
If you're looking in the laundromat, it's one on the left of the two.
You don't know what color the house is?
No. Please hurry.
Does he have a car?
No. Well, he's right down the street.
So what's your phone number you're calling me from?
I don't know.
And you think it's a yellow house?
I think so, but it's on the left.
Is it an apartment?
No, it's a house.
Okay, does he own the house?
No, he broke into it.
Does anybody actually live there?
I think they've been abandoned.
And his name is Shawn Grate?
Yes.
Like Grate?
Yes.
Does he have a weapon?
He's got a taser.
Is he still sleeping?
Yes.
Where did he take you from?
My apartment. I was walking with him.
You were walking with him?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you walking to?
I've known him for like a month and a half.
Is there any way you can get out of the building?
I don't know without waking him, and I'm scared.
Is there a bathroom in the house?
Well, his bedroom is closed, and he made it so it would make noise.
And if you told him you had to go to the bathroom, he would do something to you?
Yeah, because he had me tied up.
Are you tied up now?
Well, yeah, but I kind of freed myself.
Is he in the same room with you?
Yes.
Is it his phone you have?
Yes. Are they on the way?
Yeah, we have officers we're sending.
Please send enough.
Okay, if you're worried you don't have to talk, you can just set the phone down, okay? I just need to hear if the officers find you or not. Are you upstairs or are you downstairs?
We're downstairs. There's a door. There's a side door on the right of the left house, and that's where we enter. Immediately there's a kitchen right there, and then the bedroom is right off from the kitchen.
you bleeding from anywhere?
Not anymore.
Where were you bleeding from? You don't have to talk if you don't need to, okay? Are you still there?
How much longer?
You what?
How much longer?
Do you hear any officers outside?
No.
Okay, they're in the area.
See if they can come in the side door slow, like, softly.
Is there a padlock on the bedroom door, or is it just a regular lock?
No, I don't even know if it's locked. It doesn't have a knob, so.
Can you get up and see if you can get out?
I'm afraid of waking him. If I knew the cops were right there, I would do it. I don't even know if it opens, how it opens.
Is there a window around there you can look out?
Yeah, but the floor squeaks and it's right by his head.
Are you laying down?
No, I'm standing right by the bedroom door.
And you can't open it?
What?
Can you open it?
I'm afraid without making noise.
Is the door to the house open?
I don't know, probably, maybe. I don't think he has a key, I'm not sure. Because I think he broke in here.
Can you see out any window that you're at?
They're all curtains shut.
What's that noise?
I don't hear anything.
If you think you can get out, you need to get out.
Not unless they were right here. He would hear me, catch me, and he's strong.
He's on the first floor. Are you at the house closest to the laundromat or the other one? Are you the one closest to the laundromat or the other one?
We were standing in the laundromat looking at the two houses. It would be on the left.
If you're looking out of the laundromat, so if you're looking at the laundromat, be the one on the right. At the laundromat. She said if you're looking at the laundromat, be the one on the left.
Side door. Side door.
And the side door. The side door to the right.
Okay, I can hear him.
You hear him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you think you can get out?
Yeah.
Are you out of the bedroom?
Yes. It doesn't have a doorknob. You need to push.
The door doesn't have a doorknob?
No.
Can you see them?
No. Have them push the door a little.
He said push the door. Are they on the other side of the door?
Yeah, I think so.
She said have you guys push the door. There's no doorknob there.
Where'd they go?
Can you get out of the bedroom?
And the door is doesn't have a knob.
If you're looking right on the mat, it's on the left. If you're looking at the laundromat, come in. The same thing. Can you hear anybody right now?
I heard the side door open.
She heard the side door open.
Where'd they go? I'm out of the bedroom.
You're out? Okay, can you get to the door where you can see out? Huh? Can you get out of the house?
Locked.
It's locked. Are you at the door?
Yeah, I am.
She's at the door. You're on the door to the right-hand side of the house.
Yeah.
She's at the door on the right side of the house. She got out of the bedroom. Is there a window there?
Yeah, I'm looking out at it. Tell him to come back.
She said,
Hurry, hurry.
she said to hurry up and come back. Can you?
Yeah, they can see me if they come
locked.
to it.
The door is locked. No, the bedroom door had no door handle. This one, it's locked. You can't get out. Can you unlock the door at all?
Come on out. Hurry up. Get out here. Where is he?
Bedroom sleeping.
Still sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, they have her.
He's unarmed.
He's unarmed?
Yeah.
The police were able to finally find her, and it was revealed that she had been held there for 3 days as a sex slave. See, Shawn Grate had killed before, and it was believed that this Jane Doe, and that's what she's being referred to at this time, would have been his 6th victim had she not courageously made that 911 call. Who is this man? Well, let's dive a little into his past. Shawn Michael Grate was born on August 8th, 1976. And by all accounts, he was a normal little boy. He seemed to get along really well with the other kids. He loved sports. And as he grew up, he seemed fairly intelligent, and some said that he was quite handsome. Oh, and he was a charmer. He could win people over with just his smile. Even his mother later on said, he's good looking, but the devil is as well. And I apologize if you guys hear that knocking sound. All of a sudden someone decided to like build something right now. Right now. Anyway, I apologize. So growing up, it was a pretty typical childhood, and I guess the only traumatic thing that I could actually really find was 2 days before his 6th birthday, his parents divorced. 2 days. Wow, happy birthday, son. His mother was given full custody, and that was okay. They had a really good relationship, and his mother really adored her son. But see, there's always that but. His teenage years, that's a little bit of a different story. See, he started to rebel a little, just a little. I mean, a lot of teens do, but it really put a strain on the relationship with his mother. Mom started getting pretty angry at this, and some say even a little bit bitter. And the relationship started to become a little toxic. So before his 18th birthday, Shawn ended up moving in with his dad. And it was around this age that Shawn gets arrested for the first time for assaulting his girlfriend. Shawn, oh Shawn. In 1997, he was charged with burglary and sent to 4 years in prison. However, he only stayed in for 6 months. Turns out he got an early release for good behavior. And I mean, wow, it must have been like phenomenal behavior to get out 3.5 years early. You know, Shawn, he was such a cute, lovable little boy. But now he's becoming a little bit more sinister. He was still very, very charming though, and he used this to his full advantage. But what happened to make him change so drastically? I don't know if we'll ever know. In his early 20s, he met a girl that would become his new girlfriend, and she was just 17, and she found herself pregnant. When she was just 2 months into the pregnancy, Shawn choked her because, well, she refused to have sex with him. And clearly you don't say no to this man. 8 months later, he assaulted her and her sister with a butcher's knife. And apparently he had actually been hiding all night in the couch waiting for them to come home. In the couch. There are so many things I could say about that, but let's just continue with the story. He spent 4 years in prison for that assault and was released in 2003. He would continue to get in trouble, and now he had a slew of charges against him. He had domestic violence, there was some alcohol, and also some marijuana charges against him. So we see that he's having a little bit of an issue holding it together. And by now, he has 3 children. 2 from previous girlfriends and 1 from a very short-lived marriage that he had. His ex-wife claimed that Shawn said, "If I can't see my daughter, no one will." What the heck did he mean by that? I mean, I think we could all get a pretty good idea of what he was implying, but let's just not think about that. Oh, let's just move on. Even with his history and his temper, he still had a way to win over people, and especially vulnerable women. In 2005, he met a woman named Christina Hildreth, and they were together for about 5 years. She claimed that after they began living together, he became quite upset, even became mentally abusive because her children were there as well. He didn't like to share, and he wanted Christina all to himself.
You know, I'm just kind of going to jump to the point since we talked briefly. Talk briefly about how, were you scared? Were you terrified towards the end of this? What was your feeling?
Toward the end, it was quite, you never knew what was going to set him off. One minute he was happy, laughing, fine. The next minute, he's looking at you evil, and he's just out there. He had just that way about making you very uncomfortable, your skin crawl, it was really creepy.
June 2010, Christina was assaulted by Shawn. She had sustained multiple blows to the face, and he had even grabbed her by the throat. During this assault, he had actually fractured part of her hand, and Christina had actually convinced Shawn to let her go to the ER. When she was being admitted to the hospital, she had told the staff that she had just fallen. But when she was in the hospital room without Shawn, Christina had actually told the nurse what had really happened. When the police were called, Shawn took off. He was caught 4 days later. Can you guess where they found him? Go on, take a guess. Did you guess her couch? Yes. Once again, he was hiding in a couch. What is up with this guy in couches? I can't even.
He hid in the, what did he hide?
He hid in the bottom of my sofa. He'd actually climbed up into the bottom of the sofa, and he hid there. I had went home.
Apparently, Christina was staying with her mom while, just after the assault. She went back to her place. She, was feeding the cat, and she had to grab a few things. But when she went in, she knew something just didn't feel right. The toilet seat was up, and there were a few things out of place here and there. But how creepy is it to find someone hiding in your couch? I mean, we all need to start checking our couches, guys. Seriously. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail, which, I don't know, doesn't seem to be that long for a physical assault like that. But who knows? Anyway, after he was released, he was just doing odd jobs here and there, and he ended up being homeless. August 16th, 2016, a woman named Elizabeth Griffith went missing. And on a side note, she wasn't even reported missing until September 8th, when it was said that no one had seen her for a while. September 8th, 2016, not even a month later, 43-year-old Stacy Stanley disappeared. Her family had reported her missing actually the very next day. Less than a week later, that brave Jane Doe that we introduced at the beginning of the story would make that 911 call that would save her and who knows how many other women in the future. Shawn had been staying in an abandoned house, and when the detectives started their investigation, they found the bodies of Elizabeth Griffith and Stacy Stanley.
Against accused serial killer Shawn Grate, prosecutors reveal gruesome details about the deaths of two of his alleged victims, including how their bodies were hidden inside of an Ashland home. News 5's Bob Jones live at the Ashland County Courthouse tonight. And Bob, a BCI agent was on the stand for most of the day today.
Well, Danita, he spent hours inside that home back on September 13th, 2016. And today he gave a lot of details about crime scene photos and about where those women were found in two different parts of the home. When Shawn Grate was arrested in the fall of 2016 inside a Covert Street home in Ashland, investigators had no idea what deadly secrets he may have been hiding. One woman who said she was kidnapped by Grate called 911 and was rescued by police. Veteran BCI agent Ed Staley would later process an unimaginable crime scene. Black duct tape was all over an upstairs bedroom closet door, and there was a horrible smell.
Significant odor, yes.
Describe it, please.
It was deplorable.
Inside the closet and under a pile of clothing was the body of Liz Griffith. Prosecutors believe she had been strangled. Staley testified Griffith was naked, her body badly decomposing, and it appeared her arms and legs were tied. And on the concrete floor of the basement, another horrific find. The body of Stacy Hicks, under a blanket and piles of trash. Also a victim of strangulation.
Item of cloth. I don't really know if it was clothing, but it was a ligature or a binding or a restraint that was around the neck of that human corpse.
The suspected serial killer showed little emotion as Staley identified other pieces of evidence found inside that Ashland house of horrors and displayed for the jury, including Stacy Hicks's car keys and weapons, a stun gun, and brass knuckles that may have been used against the victims. Prosecutors say Grate has confessed to killing both Griffith and Hicks, and his confession tape is expected to be played during the trial, which could last more than a month.
Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. The day that Shawn was arrested, he told the police about a third murder victim, Candace Cunningham. While he was in jail, Shawn also confessed to a fourth victim, Rebecca Lacey. Now, her body was originally found back in 2015, but officials ruled her death as an overdose. But Shawn insisted and stated that no, he had actually strangled her because she stole $4 from him. $4. Guy gets that mad over $4. He also confessed to a fifth murder, Dana Leary, whose body was found in 2007. She had remained a Jane Doe for several years, and it wasn't until recently, actually just last year in 2019, through DNA testing, that she was finally identified. He stated that Dana was his first victim. September 29, 2016, Shawn Grate pled not guilty to the 23 charges that were against him. And this was kind of odd, since he had told the police and the media that he had done it. Prosecutors were going after the death penalty, and Shawn's attorney later filed a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. You know, every criminal's go-to plea. Shawn had been writing these bizarre letters, and he was telling one thing to the judge, another thing to the media, and it was turning out to be such a gong show that both prosecution and defense requested and obtained a gag order to prevent Shawn from talking to the media. April 9th, 2018, the trial began.
Today's a good day, mainly for all of you guys and myself. Hope we could just move on from all this. I don't know exactly, I can't say I'm normal, but, I know right from wrong. And mainly, just if I cause any hate, bitterness, and then all of any of you, you can work on that. I ask you maybe forgive me. Find in your heart someday, I know not today, but someday. And just move on from this life. And may justice be served today. That's the most important. Elizabeth, Stacy, and Lori, thank you for all your time. And this mess, I'm sorry for all human beings to have to hear this. Okay? I'm sorry. I can't change nothing. Believe me, I would. Not for me, but for you guys. Thank you.
And although Shawn only pled guilty to 15 of the 23 charges that were against him, because he did plead not guilty to the murder of Stacy and Elizabeth, and there were a few other charges as well, he was found guilty on all charges and was sentenced to death. The execution date was set for September 13, 2018, but because it was a death penalty case, it receives an automatic appeal to the Ohio Supreme Court. As of today, September 2020, he remains in prison while he awaits his death row appeal. And according to some articles, it will likely be years before he faces execution. And it's so crazy to think that if that Jane Doe hadn't been brave enough to make that 911 call, how many other women could have possibly fallen victim to Shawn Grate? And it does seem clear, to me at least, that his timeline was escalating and the abductions and murders were getting closer and closer together. That's it for today's case, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you did find this story interesting, as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up before you head out. And also, don't forget to check your couches, just in case. Just in case. And I'll meet you all back here for the next video. Take care, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Lots of love from Calgary.